Hello, everyone. Today, I'm going to explain how to use the weighting tool inside the body rigging. All right. Good. For example, if we've already rigged a character, we want to test the rigging result. We can use this feature. Here, there are 4 motions: jump, run, test, and walk motions to test the overall rigging result. For example, some twists, some deformation, such as hands and feet deformation. Let's see what the result is. Let's set it to a jump. Let's see the result. And a walk. A run. Let's get a general idea of the result. Now, this to delete the animation. Click on the figure mode, and it will return to the initial pose. All right, next. Now, let's talk about detailed features of weighting. Firstly, this plus and minus buttons are used to increase or decrease the weight range. It's an expand and smooth operation based on the current weight. Of course, it will also reduce the previous weight and decrease to a minimum. But when adding at this point, it will only increase or decrease based on the current weight. So, when using this, you need to be careful. It cannot be undone. Try to use it for some simple increase or decrease. Next feature can be used to set a weights based on the position of the bone. To set the range and intensity of weight. Let's test this arm. For example, set the range to 1 and the size to 1.5. Click on Set. This may be a bit slow the first time. At this point, we've set the weight for this arm. It follows the bone range of this arm. Now let's try increasing the range a bit. Click on Set. All right. Sometimes it might lag a bit. Okay, now the distance is wider. All right, now let's revert it. The distance is reduced. This is the influence level of his weight. It will set the influence level at the current distance. Now let's decrease the influence. You will notice some areas are reduced. Now, set it to 2. The influence will be deeper. If set to 3, these areas will become redder. The weight range will spread from the center to the surrounding. Now, let's set it to 1.5. The next feature is clearing the bone rigging weight. We need to go to the skinning node and select the skin node. For example, to clear the weight of this area, just click on this. Good. The weight of this area has been cleared. The next button is for when you accidentally clear too much. Okay, when Ctrl+C doesn't work. This can be used to try to restore it, but the recovery failed. It may not be successful because the overall weight is dynamic. I just took note of it, but it may not be successful. This function can be ignored. Okay, the next function is if you want to clear all weights between these 2 bones. Okay, you can add these 2 bones first. For example, select this weight bone. Add it. Add this one again. Okay, the next 2 buttons. The first one is to clear this bone. The next one clears all the bones in the list. Okay, at this point, we can select this area, where they all have weights. Okay, click to clean up. Now, because there are 2 bones, It may be a bit slow. Okay, you can see that the weight in this area is gone. Now, click on this bone. Okay, this bone in this area is also gone. So you can choose to clean the weight based on the selected area with multiple bones. Okay, this is also a way to restore weights, but it may not always be successful. It recovered a little. So be careful when using this feature. Okay, the next feature must be used with caution. This will reset. For example, if we select the weights in this area, all the bones for this area will be set to 0. All bones have no result on it. Let's click this. Okay, you can see all bones have no result on it. They are set to 0 directly. There is no mark on this area. Now, let's try moving this. You can see this area has no weights at all. This is just a simple attempt. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Okay, that's about it for this function. These are some small tools for weights. An auxiliary tool. Thank you all.